connected? Are we ready to go live with our stations? I think we are. I know it was. Y'all, this song was on my heart since church last night. I think we are. Because I know it was the blood. I know it was. Ooh, that was my phone. I know it was the blood. I know it was the blood. I know it was the blood for me. Oh, one day when I was lost, Jesus died upon the cross. And I know it was the blood for me. Yes, he hung his head and died. If you know it, sing it with me. He hung his head and died. Yes, he hung his head and died for me. Oh, one day when I was lost, Jesus died upon the cross. And I know it was the blood. We closing it. And I know it was the blood. One more time. And I know it was the blood. One more time. And I know it was the blood for me. Y'all, let's go ahead and get started. It's time for an all new broadcast of the RH3 show. And I know it was the blood. And I know it was the blood. And I know it was the blood for me.
You all dancing. Join, man. Let's go. We've been made do it for a night.
Live from North Carolina, it's the RH3 show.
I wasn't scared to go over the edge.
Look, I do this for nobody but my co-host. Because God first did my co-host.
I done been doubted, I done been counted out, I done been overlooked. Because your listeners are international, they're worldwide.
The RH3 show starts right now.
Here comes the joy. Let's go. You got it now. Turn it up now. Sing it with me now.
What's going on, family? How are you all doing on today? Y'all, of course y'all know, y'all usually get a prayer, but that song been in my spirit since last night. We've had a 3-night revival at church, and so that's one of the songs they sung last night, and so, yeah. And, sorry about that, I thought my mic was mute. Hold on one second. Y'all, something was in my eye, and I had to mute the mic because I didn't want to, and it still is. During one of the breaks, while Nina Taylor is here, I might just run some water in my eye because my eye's been running, and yeah, go catch it. I heard that in the spirit. I heard somebody say that, but yeah, my eye's been running all week. And but yeah, y'all, I got it's some stuff that I said on yesterday. I have to backpedal. I have to backpedal. I have to backpedal on the whole yesterday. What was yesterday? Wednesday? Yesterday news. Tuesday news. I really don't have to backpedal, But there has been some surprising updates. Some surprising updates on some news that I've talked about, and y'all already know what it is, what it is, and what it is. Hold on one second, y'all. I took off my mic because my mic is attached to my earpiece, and I got on a necklace, and so I took off my headset to take off my necklace because my necklace is a drawstring, and uh um my mic is attached to my headset, and so I'm back. But anyway, during the inside scoop with Rufus, I got a lot to talk about. We got after Nina Taylor. Well, you know what? Let's do this. Here's the lineup for today. Well, anyway, let's go ahead. Let me do this. Hold on. What's going on, everybody? I'm Rufus, your boy Red, host of the RH3 Show. I didn't give an introduction. But anyway, how y'all doing on today? We got a jam-packed show on today for you all. We got, like I was getting ready to say without doing a proper introduction. Y'all, we try to be we're gonna be professional as much as we can this season because we got somewhere to go and I want y'all to go with me. But anyway, we got a jam packed show for you on today. We have starting off. We usually open up the show with our inside scoop with Rufus News. Then following whatever segment. But today, since I didn't do it on yesterday, we got an Ask Rufus letter. Probably read two of them from yesterday and today's letter. Then we're going to go into the inside scoop of Rufus News. Then brief kitchen table talk, and then our uh, real talk with Rufus discussion. What we're going to be talking about on today, and what is that we're going to be talking about on today? Rufus, what is that, Red? What is that? We're going to be talking about on today things that will get in the way of growth. And you probably heard some of it on yesterday because it all ties in together. And yeah, we're going to discuss all of that. So we got two Ask Rufus letters that's coming right up. And we also got the Real Talkers Rufus discussion, things that will get in the way of growth. Alright? So drop that introduction for our Ask Rufus letter. The following content of this episode of the RH.
What I just told you, that's how I felt. That's how I
So you trying to
felt.
say-
If I wanted to say that, I would have wrote it.
You implied that.
I said what I said.
Need some advice? Got a question for me? Or you just need help solving a problem? It is the Ask Rufus letters right here on the RH3 Show. Alright, we are here for our Ask Rufus letter segment. And yeah, we got just that, an Ask Rufus letter. And we got a lot to read about. We got a lot to read about on today. And so again, y'all, I put out some a prior to the season starting, for you all to submit some Ask Rufus letters. And yes, so if you all have any Ask Rufus letters that you would like for me to read, send it to ASKRH, the number 3, at gmail.com. Again, that's ASKRH, the number 3, at gmail.com. And yeah, we'll get that out to you all. We'll get that now. Well, let me rephrase that because I'm thinking about something else. We'll get that read on there, and of course, all letters are read anonymously. And yeah, all letters are read anonymously, and I'll read them on air. And Yeah, we'll go from there, alright? All letters are read anonymously. And again, if you like the theme for the season, email us at trh the number 3 s dot sound off at gmail.com. All right, let's go ahead and get started with today's first letter. Again, I get them from you all, and I also get them from groups and uh, boards that I'm a part of, and um, that I give my commentary on. All right, and the title of this letter is "My Friend Called My Girlfriend a B Word." And he used it in the title. And I don't judge everybody, because everybody who listens to the RH3 show ain't saved or whatever, and we don't hold any judgment. But it reads, "My friend called my girlfriend a B word, and she wants me to unfriend him." That's the title. And so the letter reads, so basically my girlfriend's best friend and my friend, and of course he's a homeboy, are dating. Apparently, they got into an argument in front of my girlfriend, and my girlfriend got involved. And he said to her, "Mind your business, blank." Now, my girlfriend wants me to unfriend him. Although I do think she should have minded her business and stayed out of their relationship, I also think calling her a B was disrespectful. But I don't think it's worth unfriending him over. That's the end of the letter. And so um my response and my opinion on this letter is that we as adults, whether you saved or whatever, whether you in the streets or whatever, of course, if you're not saved, you're gonna, some people use it, some people don't, whether they saved or not, whether they go to church or not, or whatever, or whatever they, whatever. Some people use that language, some people don't. But the thing of it is that um, some people use it, some people don't. But when it comes to using it in a derogatory way or calling people out of their name, we use it too lightly and use it out of disrespect. And if it was my homeboy calling my girlfriend that, he would have been out of line. I don't care if it was my girlfriend, my fiance, my wife, my sister, mother, aunt, whoever, grandmother, teacher, whoever. You will not do that or say that to, you know, especially, any lady to me in my presence. Because, that's the type of gentleman that I am. You're not going to do that or say that to any woman in my presence, because that's disrespect. And, the type of men that I hang around don't really say those type of words to women, period, whether you saved or not, because I hang around different type of character of dudes. Whether they save or not, they're not going to call women out of their names. And so, being that this, going back to this letter, being that my homeboy said that to my girlfriend, and I'm using this hypothetically speaking, I'm going to check him. Like, first of all, wait a minute. You know, that was disrespectful. Yes, she should have stayed out of their relationship, but calling her out of her name was wrong, was all out of place. Wait a minute. You're supposed to be my homeboy. Why is you disrespecting her like that? Now, I mind my business when it comes to you and your girlfriend, your chick's relationship. You do the same for mine. Now, unfriending him is borderline. Why? Is because, for one, we somewhat not married yet. And I'll say this much. The reason why I really am not going to unfriend him is because, again, our relationship status is still at this point boyfriend and girlfriend when it comes to me and her. Initially, and like I always say, my seasoned, listener or listening audience know that I stand on, you know, if between 3 to 6 months, I'll know how far this relationship is going to go. Whether if I'm going to engage to her or whatever, by 3 to 6 months, to me, I don't, I look, it don't take forever, it don't take long for you to know whether this person is going to be with you, whatever. But if it's after that time, if it's after 6 months, it's still going to be up in the air, you know, or whatever. But if we still at a relationship of a boyfriend and girlfriend after 6 months, that's not a tiebreaker. That's not a relationship breaker. It doesn't matter. I'm probably still weighing my options. We still, whatever, getting stuff situated, going through counsel, whatever. It's not a relationship. Okay, after 6 months, we're not, I don't see, this going anywhere. We broke. No, it's not that. But, and even if she asks me after 6 months, okay, what is we doing? And then I'll let her know, hey, look, hey, we still, hey, I do see myself or see us getting married. Okay, let's work on this, that, and the third. That's if she asks me after 6 months. But going back to this letter, um, that's why I wouldn't unfriend him. That's, reason number one. Number two is, and number two is kind of iffy. It will be the length of me and his, and that's why I say iffy, because we could be friends for, and I'm 40. We could be friends for 37, 38 years, and if you do something wrong, I'm still cutting you. I don't care how long we've been friends or whatever, disrespect or not. Don't do that, sir. But it really is not worth. It's really not worth, unfriending him. Number three, one reason not, that's not worth unfriending him, because she stepped out of line, too. Like, why is you in their business? You triggered that situation. Like, stay out of it. Whether she triggered it or not, he still had no reason of calling her that. None at all. But whether I unfriend him or not, I'm still going to, check him. I'm not going to say nothing to her. Only thing I'm going to say something to her is like, honey, please stay out of these folks' business. That's the only thing I'm going to say to her, because I was in a situation, before, to where I had to say something to a female. And then, of course, I get with the dude saying, about, look, saying something to, his chick. But look, get your chick for saying something to me. I get you standing up for her, but you go correct her. I get all of that. I totally get all of that, and I understand that. I'm not gonna disrespect, and it wasn't no. I 100%, and he understood that it wasn't no disrespect to her, but it was just all about saying something to her, and I get that. But you, as her significant other, correct her for saying something to me out of order. I'm not, because what she said was disrespect, but I wasn't, as a gentleman, going to disrespect her. I was not. But I did say something to her, and then I went to him, and then, no, it came back to him. And then he checked me, which is obvious, of course. Of course. Because that's what he was supposed to do. But you, as her significant other, get her. Say something to her like, tell her to mind her business and stay out of it. Well, you don't say nothing to her. Well, you just will do what you got to do then. But still, the moral to this letter is, he shouldn't have disrespected her at all. whether she was defending her friend or not. She shouldn't have said something, but he needs to check his friend. Like, look, dude, we just gonna have to, simmer down, you know, hey, I can't talk to you for a good minute. Why? It's because how the way you disrespected her, because I don't even call her that. You ain't gonna be calling her that. You not. She felt like she was disrespected, and that's that. And I feel like that was a disrespect because I don't even say that to her. Her brother, her father, whoever, don't say nothing to that. Don't do that again. Because if it happens again, we done, and it's just not gonna be a pretty thing, for real, for real. Please don't say that to her no more. Please. Please. And she's gonna be right beside me when I say that, because he owes her an apology, and then she owes both of them an apology, her friend and him, an apology for sticking her nose in her business, because that was none of her business. The end. My next letter is, and it reads, So my I need your help. So my boyfriend and I have been dating for a year and a half, but the relationship has been really toxic, and he wanted us to have a baby so bad. I ended up getting pregnant when everything started to go really wrong. Y'all, this doesn't have no type of punctuation in it, so I'm going to let y'all know from the beginning. I can read. So I'm just trying to decipher where sentences start, end, begin, pause, and everything else. So just help me out. Or just bear with me. Let me say that. I need your help, y'all. That was a text on my phone, because these letters is on my phone and not in my show notes. Anyway. I need your help. So my boyfriend and I have been dating for a year and a half, but the relationship has been really toxic. He wanted us to have a baby so bad. I ended up getting pregnant when everything I ended up getting pregnant. When everything started to go really wrong, he was not nice to my children anymore. He even at one point threw us out of his house because of some confusion we had. We had we had I after he we had after after he apologized and I came back to his house, but things just keep getting worse, so I left his house one day and never went back there. And I had my baby boy. I hate what he put me through. I hate him and still love him, but I'm done and tired of getting hurt. Since I gave birth, he never shows any kind of concern what I do, because I need some support for a child. Listen here. Listen here. This seems like a situation to where, and I'm the type of person, like, y'all understood, well, I hope y'all did, when we did during the first part of the sixth season last season, we did that um uh narcissistic personality disorder series, I think for 1 or 2 weeks or whatever. But when people use that term and use a toxic term all out of context, and everybody nowadays is toxic, and everybody nowadays is, have a narcissistic personality disorder, this, that, and the third. But this right here seems like, of course, he maybe have been toxic, and I hate to sound disrespectful, or, I don't want to, well, let me say this much. I don't want to sound disrespectful, but he seemed like, well, and you seemed like he got you at one of your weakest moments. I mean, you've been dating for a year and a half, and I may have to go back and to this letter here, the previous letter, because I seen the point that I had to go back to that I didn't get to say. Okay, but anyway, back to this letter. Um, uh, he seemed like he got you at the weakest, whatever, and you know, you came back to his house, but things got worse, and so you left, and you never went back. You had your baby boy, and he got you, sweetheart, at one of your weakest moments. He got you. Seemed like he got you, and especially with you and your children, and he put you out. Nah, nah, sis. What should I do? Because I need support for the child. Seem like you need support for the child, you, and your children. Sweetheart, I've always say this because I've heard it told before, whatever. Don't let nobody tell you to get out and you have no place to go. Don't do that, whether you a man or a woman. When somebody tell you to get out of their house, don't leave out of don't be a person to be put out of somebody's house and you have no place to go. If you go to stay the night at somebody's house and they tell you to get out, make sure when you get out, you're going back to your own house, not to nobody else's. I had to tell my son that last week? Last week. He came to stay with me for about a week. Because for one, y'all, I'm a bit transparent. For one, he couldn't keep his mouth shut at his mama's house. Then him and his baby's mother had a disagreement. So when I found out about it, his mother called me and was like, how about I'm about to go get your son? And I'm like, okay, what had happened now? And he was like, well, he need to come. She was like, well, he need to come stay with you for a few days. And I was like, well, that's fine and dandy. And she was like, matter of fact, before I go pick him up, y'all know, for me, I don't drive. And so she was like, matter of fact, I'm coming to get you, and so you can go with me to go pick him up. And so that was that. And I said, okay, sure. And so on our way, when we went to where he was at, on the way back to my house, I was like, you know, he thought he was going back to her house. I said, you come to stay with me for a few days. No, I'm lying. Lord, forgive me. Thank you, Holy Ghost. I thought I saw something moving. I said, you want to come chill with me for a few days? No, I said, you want to come chill with me today? He said, yeah, that's all right. That's cool. And so, sure enough, he came. He left his overnight bag in his mom's car. When we got out, he came. We chilled and just, talked in the house. Nightfall came. Then that's when his mom called and was like, oh, you gonna be over there for a few days. And I said, we already knew that in the first place. And so, he was alright and cool. And so that was Monday. Ended up being about Thursday or Friday. Again, me and his mother already knew that. Of course, he grown. He could still dip and, go whatever. But I stay on one end of the town. She stay on the other end of the town. And his baby mama stay on another side of the town. And so, whatever. And that was that. But before he left this house, or my house, I'm talking like I'm at home, he had the understanding of, when you leave somebody's house, or when you get put out of somebody's house, or when somebody tell you to get out, always have your own place to go when you leave out of that house. And so like I told him, I said, when you leave out of here, which was my house, I said, keep your mouth shut when you go to either your mother's house or to those twins' mama's house. If you're going to either or, because I know it's going to take you a time to get your own place. When you leave your house, when you leave either those three houses, mine, hers, or hers, or, voluntarily, that's fine. But if they have to put you out, please make sure you got some place to go that's called your own. Don't let nobody put you out of their house and you have no place to go. And so the same thing for this lady here. This young lady, grown woman, whoever. She got put out of her child's father house, and now she, whatever. And then she said, I hate him and still love him, but I'm done and tired, of getting hurt since I gave birth. He never shows no kind of concern. What should I do? Because I need support of the child. You need support, put him on child support. And if you don't want to help, let that all build up, because he can end up going to jail, and that can turn into a felony. I'll be back with more of the RH3 show. And so keep it where you got it. Coming up next, I was about to say something in church. The next voice you will hear is that of Miss Nina Taylor. But this week in Gospel News, I'll be back. All right, y'all remember that nugget. If somebody put you out of your house, out of their house, and tell you to get out, always have someplace to go that's called your own. All right? Peace. Be back in a moment. If you're not tuning into the RH3 show weekly, here's what you've missed. Don't listen to your body. Listen to your heart first, and then listen to your mind. Your heart is going to tell you, and then you're going to redirect. No, listen to your heart, and then listen to your soul and your spirit. Listen to your heart. Why? Because your heart, of course, is gonna naturally come to you like, oh, she looks good, or ladies, oh, he looks fine, or whatever. Naturally, that all comes naturally. And so once you see that, okay, then go to your spirit, pray, whatever, and say, okay, Lord, you think he might be the right one for me? Should I go and talk to him? Join me from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For more about me or the broadcast, visit my website at therh3show.com. Got to catch up on the news regarding politics, or if you want to know news about the TV, movies, sports, and or the music industry, be it if it's in gospel or any other entertainment genre, well, it is time for the Inside Scoop with Rufus, right here on the RH3 Show.
Hi everybody, I'm Nina Taylor with this week's Gospel News. Ohio vocal trio Half Mile Home makes dynamic R&B and hip-hop infused gospel music. Half Mile Home features siblings Terrence and Todd Burton along with Youngstown native Darrell Brownlee. The Akron-based group initially came together in the early 90s with the goal of launching a mainstream R&B career. Going under the name 1-900, they released a self-titled album in 1994. Following the label shakeup, the group reformed as After the Rain and toured with the likes of Gerald Levert and Genuine. However, growing increasingly dissatisfied with the aspects of the secular music industry that went against their church upbringing, Terrence Burton and his bandmates eventually decided to return to the gospel music of their youth, renaming themselves Half Mile Home, a name inspired by a highway sign just outside of Akron. They released their 2004 debut full-length album, The Movement, featuring the single Do It Again. Half Mile Home then returned with several more albums, including 2010's Change My Life, 2013's Church Music and Inspiration. In 2014, Church Music and Inspiration was re-released in a deluxe version featuring new songs and remixes. Brandon Anderson is an American singer, songwriter, musician, actor, entrepreneur, teacher. He is most known for being the founder and member of the international award-winning and chart-topping group GI. For the last decade, the group dominated the Billboard charts, racking in millions of music sales, streams, and touring the world, sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ. Armed with their melodious voice, guitar, and pen, Naomi Rain is on a mission to spread the love of God through song. Singing since the age of 4 and songwriting since the age of 7, Naomi has always found it easiest to communicate the intricacies of life through lyrics and melodies. Her strong desire to see the body of Christ united and operating in power fuels her relentless drive to make music that penetrates the heart and inspires a thirst to worship God in spirit and in truth. This is evident in her previous releases: 2015's Heart Songs Volume 1, My Heart and Songs Volume 2, her 2017 sophomore project Heart and Songs Volume 2, Adoration, premiered at number 10 on iTunes Christian and Gospel charts, and at number 17 on the Billboard Gospel Album Sales charts, an impressive feat for an independent artist. Pastor Benjamin Dubé, born in Johannesburg on January 23, 1962. He's a South African gospel recording artist who rose to fame in the early 80s, a chart-topping award-winning minister, singer, songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, and music producer from South Africa. He has mentored hundreds of musicians in his homeland and is regarded as one of the country's most significant recording artists in religious music. He grew up on stage performing with his siblings and parents in the Dubé Family Singers, and later carried on the tradition performing with his 3 sons, who record and perform with him as the Dubé Brothers. Dubé established himself as a solo act in 1986 with his 3rd single, Holy Spirit, a crossover hit on local radio stations, secular and religious. 2 years later, his Ebenezer topped the nation's gospel and sacred music charts. He continued to record albums including the award-winning Celebration and established the praise and worship genre in his country. 3 years later, his first live offering, 2000's I Feel Like Going On, was certified platinum at home. 2004's Oh, Bless Our God, multi-platinum, as did 2008's In His Presence. In 2012, Healing in His Presence included his mother, Grace, and the Dubé brothers, among others. In 2017, he issued the multi-platinum Spiritual Celebration Volume 1. Here's this week's Top 10 Gospel Songs. Number 10, Jokia with Let Him In. 9, Brian Andrew Wilson, The Ride. 8, Zacardi Cortez, You've Been Good. 7, Erica Campbell, Positive. 6, Maverick City Music and Kirk Franklin with Kingdom. 5, Brian Courtney Wilson, Sure As. 4, Doe, When I Pray. 3, Marvin Sapp, All in His Hands. 2, Todd Delaney featuring Smokey Norfolk, Satisfied. And our new number 1 song from Lamont Sanders, He Kept Me. Well, that's your top 10 songs and your gospel news. I'm Nina Taylor. Let's get back to more great gospel music on this great station.
All right, y'all, we're going to spend just a brief moment on my portion of the gospel news. Not gospel news, but on my portion of the inside scoop of the Rufus news. Listen, y'all. Listen to my portion of the inside scoop of the Rufus news. Y'all, I told y'all in the beginning that I had to really, did I say backpedal or that I had to did I say backpedal or did I say anyway, I had to retract some of the stuff that I had said Tuesday um and yesterday. Y'all, it was based on Nick Cannon and Wendy. Nick Cannon and Wendy. Okay, let's start with Nick Cannon. Y'all, Nick Cannon. Of course, it is none of nobody's business, and I told y'all I will rock hard for at least these two. Y'all know, of course, Nick. I'm not a huge fan, but I just see him as one of my big brothers or whatever. And y'all, Nick, last night, it just came out. Nick, and we didn't even know about this one. Had his ninth child by some girl named Latanya, Letitia, whoever. She was a beautiful black chocolate female, and beautiful black skinned young lady. Well, she's older than me. I think she's 41. But yeah, beautiful young lady, beautiful lady. Not just saying that the rest of them aren't, but beautiful. And I think she's the seventh baby mother. But this is his ninth child, and I said misspoke. That's the word I used. Misspoke. This is the ninth child. I thought Brittany Bell was the ninth child, and she haven't even had her baby yet. But that's the ninth, and they said it's allegedly expected. Well, of course we know Brittany is one, and then expected to be after Brittany about two more that's expected. And so, me again, I still um stand on my thoughts of you know not thoughts but my commentary based on Nick. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to him. And hey, if he's happy, I'm happy. And so um uh I I still rock with Nick. I like him. I really like him. Um you know, I really like Nick. I really like Nick, and hey, I wish him all the best. Again, like I said, I hate it for the children because they're gonna not have equal uh won't see him all the time, but he do bring them together, for birthday parties or whatever for each child, or he tried to. But an all around father around. Look, no hate or shade or whatever. Some of us, I'll just say instead of y'all, some of us don't even have our father around, all around. So leave him alone. But again, prayers go out to Nick. Prayers go out to Nick, and he put something in, a post last night in regards to that ninth child, and saying, "Look, pray for, my I think he's used the word mental health and my uh, mental health and my well-being, and a lot of things else that he said about his parentage." And so I have it pulled up right here. The lady name was Lanisha Cole, and the new baby name is Onyx Ice Cold Cannon. So that's a very name. But anyway, he said at the end of this very long, lengthy thing was, "As for me, if you are truly concerned during this time of spiritual warfare, my inner struggles with self, mental wellness, and physical health concerns, just continue to pray for me and my entire family that God will grant us peace that surpasses all understanding." I'm praying for him. I'm praying for him. But anyway, move on. Another topic that I misspoke was, I didn't really misspoke, but after watching today, I'm about, I said, I think I didn't give no percentage yesterday, but I'm about 80% now. I took out some of the percentage. Watching Sherry's show, I kind of like it now. I'm somewhat, going back to liking it. That theme song is a bit catchy. Her intro is a bit catchy. Her set is a bit catchy. Look, and I told y'all, I think I told y'all this last season. One day I may say something, and the next day I may come in here and my whole opinion may change. Look, it may change, and I may have a change of heart. But hey, I'm kind of feeling it. But of course, that's for Sherry only. But that production company, the Lord just stopped me a couple days ago. I was about to type something in a YouTube comment and on Facebook as well. Told me to delete it all. Cause look, one day Deadmau Mercury may be the production company that may produce the RH3. So shut your mouth. So from here on out, I will not say nothing else in regards to. Because if you see me on TV and at the end of it say Deadmau Mercury Company, oh, oh. But anyway, yes, they may be the company that might be producing this show. It is what it is. But hey, I may have a change of heart in regards to them, and I'm like, look, in the meeting, I'm like, look, what y'all did or whatever to Wendy, please don't do that to me. I may have a change of heart, but I'm the one that will speak it up. Okay, I think that's to Sherry and Nick. Wendy Williams. Y'all know I talked about her on. Not really. When I say talk about, they kind of sound sinful, but it's not. Because that's one thing that this RH3 show stands on. Not no sinful nature or sinful talk. No. But Wendy, y'all, I had to put my phone down for this because I had my topics on my phone. I told you all when we discussed about her on Tuesday about keeping her in your prayers, and this kind of really a touchy subject, and I'm not going to go deep into this. I told y'all in regards to my opinion of what she's dealing with, how horrible she looks, and she needs help. About LaShawn Thomas, which is her production company, and I didn't even mention about Kelvin, which is her ex-husband, did art or is continuing to do numerous of interviews talking about his dealings or whatever. Y'all, my heart has changed even in regards to him. How he seems sorrowful to me. What I mean by that, what the things that he have said and done, and even during the summer, y'all, he had apologized about what he done throughout the marriage and his fault with doing whatever, and that the production company didn't give Wendy time enough to rest and throughout the dissolving of their marriage, throughout his infidelity, throughout her mother passing, whatever, and that all and resulted into how she is now, and so whatever. But on Tuesday when I discussed it all, I at the end of it I said, her mind is gone. Keep her in her prayer, and I told keep her in your prayers. And I told y'all about the videos of the TikToker had the publicity, the tabloids, and the paparazzi had of her going to the corner store buying alcohol and cigarettes and all of that. Y'all, now she's in rehab. Now she's in rehab per her team and her representative. They didn't release the representative name. They did not release where she's at. They did not release which facility she's at. They didn't release the reason why. But of course, substance, whatever substance it is, substance is not just because of drugs or whatever. But continue to pray for her or whatever. She's trying to get her health under control, this abuse under control, whether it's alcohol or whatever. Continue to pray for this lady that she continues to seek help. Alright? And so I didn't really misstep about that, but that's new news and what have you. and I may reach out to her manager or what have you, because I told you that her podcast had mentioned me in their stories or whatever over on Tuesday, Wednesday, or whatever. But yeah, just big support of this show and whatever. And so may even reach out to Tommy or whoever. But continue to keep winning your prayers. All right, y'all. Jesse Powell. Yeah, we gotta hurry up because I have to do. I may not do kitchen table talk on today, but do that real talk with Rufus discussion. Um, Jesse Powell. Jesse Powell is y'all know him of 90s R&B. The way you walk, the way you talk, the way you say my name. The way you move it, the way you soothe me, the way you sweet talking through the night. Every moment you rise and open your eyes. I just wanna be with you. I just wanna be yours. From it's sung in weddings or whatever. He passed away on Tuesday. I believe, yeah, Tuesday. Remember him and his family. Well, remember his family in your prayers. I ran up on his cousin's YouTube video on yesterday, last night, and so everybody was showing homage and tribute to him, and so remember to keep him, his family in your prayers. All right, I had some more reports, but I'm running out of time. I just want to get into the Real Talk with Rufus discussion, and those topics from that I had left over will be on tomorrow's Inside Scoop with Rufus News. So coming up next is the Real Talk with Rufus discussion, and I'll be right back. I be back in a moment. Want a free subscription to be a part of our live listening audience? Download one of the major podcast platforms: Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Radio Public, and more. And search The RH3 Show, or you can also tell your home device, Amazon Echo, or Google Home to play the latest episode of The RH3 Show on your favorite podcast platforms, and then subscribe. You will get all new content as well as access to previously aired broadcasts to listen to, download, and to share to your contacts. We'd love for you to be a part of our family. Subscribe today.
The RH3 Show. For more about the broadcast, please visit therh3show.com.
What I just told you, that's how I felt. That's how I
So you trying to
felt.
say-
If I wanted to say that, I would have wrote it.
Well, you implied that.
I said what I said.
That's
You don't
what
like
it
it,
is.
you don't like it.
It's real life. We show real love. We also have real conversation. It's the Real Talk with Rufus right here on the RH3 Show. And of course, you all, we are here for our Real Talk with Rufus discussion. We are going to close out this segment. We're going to close out today's show during this segment. That's what I was trying to say. And so, yeah, we're going to go ahead and do just that. Our topic on today, if you is just so happen to turn on your radio, or if you are just now so happen to listening to the broadcast just for a few minutes, today's topic is things that will get in the way of growth. And so this, of course, will always keep you bound, tied up, and not pushing forward in the things of God, the things of what you're trying to get, to the things that you're trying to achieve in life or whatever. So here are a few things that will get in the way of growth and things that you need to let go of and release, and just say, you know what, these things are holding me down and I have to just let go of, and I just got to woosah and say, you know what, I cannot let these things hinder me or let these things bother me anymore and put a hold on me. So number one is jealousy. I have to let these things go. I can't be jealous of anybody in the business that I'm in my family, things that anybody, even in the business that you're in. Anybody that's high above me, I cannot let jealousy hold me back. Anybody that's not even higher than you, that's, even lower than you, because there are people who, you know, that you are jealous of, that's even low, that you get more, that you are high up, and people that's even, that you doing better of, that you're jealous of. Come on now, that getting in the way of your growth. They get more praise than me, but you are doing way better than they are. Let that jealousy go. Comparing yourself to others, that's the same thing. If you comparing yourself to them, you're jealous of them. Self pity. Oh, and I'm just this, and oh me, and oh my. I cannot stand a a a person that's just self pity and just a hurtful person, a hurtful person. I'm just this, and I'm just that, and I'm just so me, and just a crybaby, and it's a word I'm trying to think of, but a person that's always hurting, a person that's always, and people doing me wrong, and people just, and then woe is me type person. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I thought I saw something moving. Woe is me. Not wanting to ask others for help. Okay. Ouch. 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 That's me. But I know, and I'll say this much. I know who I can ask and who I not can ask. I don't want nobody who I'm asking that's gonna go around and talk about me. I know that much. And I know that sometimes I need to drop my pride and just go ask for help. Like, by tomorrow, I'm going to have to go ahead and inbox 2 people about this Dietrich Hatton interview. I'm just going to have to. Number 5, talking to people who don't know how to help you. Yeah, I'm going to have to hurry up because we're running out of time. Talking to people who don't know how to help you. Talking to people who don't know how to help you. If you still talking to people that you just wasting your breath. And that's just not shooting them down, just like, okay, you're not getting any valuable information out of them. Number 6, not being honest with yourself about changes you need to make. If you addicted to alcohol, not being honest with yourself about you got addiction. Pride and ego. We talked about that yesterday, just a little bit. Alright. Number 9 and last, not learning from your past mistakes. Look, learn from it and grow. Alright. That's it, y'all. That is it. That was, just some small 9 things that'll get in the way of growth. Look, I'm gonna try to put it all in the email. We'll try to do. We'll look. I'll try my very best to put it all in the email. If you're part of our newsletter, and subscribe to it, TheRh3Show.com. Scroll at the bottom of every page and put your email in and subscribe. Know that I love you for real. Always remember to live every day, laugh every moment, love God, love yourself, and love other people beyond words. For more about me or the broadcast, you can visit our website at TheRh3Show.com. To be rededicated to, even if you're not saved, to read the plan of salvation and to read that prayer. Go to our website and click on extras. You'll see that to get some help and assistance. You'll see that as well on the extra page, and also to sponsor and to pour back into the RH3 show and to be a blessing and say, all right, Red, you doing this for us. Here is a seed planted. Hey, here is a love offering. All right, do that. I'll talk to y'all later, and I'll see you all whenever I see you all, and when y'all join back in as a listening audience. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.
Peace party, people. See you later. 'Cause I'm saying bye-bye.